One other thing I didn't mention when I was outside, the deadbolt for the door, manual lock on the inside and then keyed lock on the outside. Um, Anytime you're traveling, and I'll actually back up a little bit, it'll be a good idea before you ever use this and make a checklist of things to do before you drive away. And that would include making sure, like this window, for example, every window is locked, and do a walk around with your checklist just like you would in an airplane, and make sure that every window is latched and locked. All three of the roof vents are securely closed and locked. Make sure that the TVs are down. Make sure the water line is disconnected. If you're hooked up to city water, make sure you disconnect your power cord, put it away. Just all those things that you will forget to do once and you'll never forget again, because ripping the power plug out of the pedestal as you drive away and drag your extension cord down the street is something you'll remember doing. And I know that from experience. Not so much our camper, but we did it on our boat once, which was a much more expensive problem. But anyway, back to the deadbolt. When you're traveling again, always there's a door lock. Actually, I never did show you the door lock. This little thing here, up and down, and that locks the handle. And then you can lock that from the key from the outside, also the deadbolt, and make sure both are locked while you're traveling to make sure that the door doesn't pop open. And in fact, we'll even double check it here. So what I always like to do, again, to make sure the deadbolt is engaged, is pull the key out and then check the door. Yep, so it is locked. And then now I would also lock the hand lock, and that way you just have double security of your door flying open. I've only driven this trailer a few times, hasn't happened to me, but it did happen on my 1962 3 times. Even with the deadbolt locked, it vibrated loose somehow, and yeah, I got some serious repairs to do on that door. So just as a habit, I always like to use the deadbolt and have them both locked while you're traveling. Speaking of things on your checklist, I need to follow my do as I say and not as I do rule. Another thing, make sure the steps are folded up. These fold up. I can't do it one-handed, but this folds up to here, and then the entire assembly locks underneath the trailer on the cam lock there. So that's another thing to check. I always like to check and make sure the hubcaps are secure before I leave. Another major thing on the checklist, if you're camping and been using it, is the awning. So make sure that the awning is pinned here for the exterior support arm. I'm not going to undo anything because it's all locked down for travel. And then make sure your twist tie locks are up there. They have a little hook thing. I'll show you for that. Hides under here. So this rod is for 2 things. Number one, you're supposed to be able to use this hook and put it in the holes up there and then twist and unlock these. I've never been able to do that on any zip deal I've seen. So I always just get a little step stool and tie them down by hand. And then the other thing that this hook is used for is, if you can't reach it, you get in underneath the eyelet here. If I'm more coordinated and not filming at the same time. Anyway, you use that as the painter pull to pull the awning down and out. So again, make sure that you always stow this somewhere. I'll just put it back under the couch there, that you have it, because that's an important tool. I don't know, I just walk around the outside and see what I normally do myself. Make sure all the hatches are both secured and these are pushed in and locked.